What's up, guys? It's Nick, aka the Titans Fanatic. This week we're going to talk about a comparison between Josh Allen's rookie year and Will Levis, see how close they resemble. Secondly, we're going to cover this week's game between Houston as they're visiting Tennessee this week. And lastly, we're going to try to settle who should own the Oilers' rights. Should it be Tennessee, Titans, or should it be the folks in Houston? All right, guys. So this week we have Houston coming into Nashville to play Tennessee. And Houston looks like they are a little bit on the injury bug right now. Looks like Davis Mills probably starting at quarterback. You have, I think Tank Dell went down already. I think their other receiver is going to be down. Maybe their tight end, Will Anderson, I heard, was possibly not going to be playing. Of course, Tennessee's been dealing with injuries off and on for the last few seasons. I'm sure Jeffrey Simmons won't be playing. The official list hasn't came out that I'm aware of. But I'm pretty sure we'll both be down some players. But overall, according to the NFL Network we have right here, they project the projected score is Tennessee, winning by a few points. And I think that'll probably be close to right. I think Tennessee might win maybe 24-17. Maybe it's going to be a close one, a little bit closer than maybe it should be. All these divisional games are always closer than they should be sometimes. They always know their opponents a lot better. They play them a couple of times a year. They play them every year. They know each other really well, so it's going to be a good game. I think Tennessee will win, which will have more of this playoff talk going on, which, I hope that it would be awesome if Tennessee made the playoffs, but overall, I think it's a little premature for all the playoff talk. We get like one win. People go straight to the playoff talk because we're mathematically still have a chance, like even though we're like in last place mathematically to get there. But, one more win, hey, fun stays alive. We can keep on dreaming, right? But I want to go ahead and jump into this this comparison that I try to make and watch a little bit of videos. I don't want to watch too much because I don't know yet what the cutoff is. I'm getting in trouble for that stuff, but watch a little bit of videos trying to compare what I see the difference between Josh Allen and Will Levis at their stages in their rookie years. Now, we're not talking about Josh Allen now because he's improved on some things and improved his game. I'm only trying to compare what they both were as rookies. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So here I made this handy dandy thing, which I'm in the way of again. Here, let me remove myself real quick. Boop. All right. So, as you can see, I did a tape between both Will Levis and Josh Allen. Their respective schools. I think the information I saw was Will Levis was 6'4". I don't think he's that tall. He looks more like maybe a couple inches shorter than Josh Allen, maybe 6'3", but that's not a big difference. They're around the same size. I think Josh Allen's a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit longer. Like he looks not as compact. Maybe that's because Will Levis is built a little bit bigger. I'm not really sure. But you got your draft positions there. You got, both. Josh Allen obviously was a first-round pick. There's whispers and rumors and stuff that Will Levis would be a first-round pick, but he slipped into the second round. So far we got I got the rookie season for through 7 games for Will Levis, and I think it's through the air is on track quite a bit better than Josh Allen. And then this is Josh Allen through 12 games. I think he's only about 400 yards off from him, couple TDs. He has less interceptions, rating, completion percentages a little bit higher. Where Josh Allen really shined as a rookie was his running ability, and I don't think that Will Levis can't run. I just think that he hasn't been running very much. And in the Dolphins game, he ran quite a bit. Now, the one thing I will say, when I watched the tape on Josh Allen, and I'll show a little bit of this in a little bit, is that Josh Allen, even though as big as he is pretty. I don't want to. It's hard for me to use the word elusive, but he can run. He likes to run away from contact, and he can wiggle a little bit for his size, which I guess would be elusiveness. But it's not like elusive like a small running back. He can't make moves and like that. But like my thing is like Will Levis will run straight to the guy trying to tackle him. He runs to the contact, trying to run through people. Like Josh Allen is at least trying to run around you, trying to pick up some extra yards. Will Levis just tries to run through you. So, like, that's why there's a tremendous difference in the amount of yardage between Will Levis not trying to run, and when he does, he runs right to his tackler. And Josh Allen being more efficient at running, I think is, a big deal. Whenever I try to watch the film, I try to make a comparison. Let me make this a little smaller. I think you can't see all of this. Let me see here. There you go. All right, so to me, now I could be totally wrong, but I think their arm strengths are fairly similar. Like I think that they could both like probably throw 70 yards down the field equally. Now, like whenever I watch, this is one of the big differences between me watching Josh Allen in his rookie year, and then I started watching a couple years later. Is his rookie year he had quite a wind up in his throw, and so like in his later years it seemed like he maybe worked on that. Maybe he like shortened his wind up and it became a little more compact and a little bit quicker. Like that's one thing Will Levis has right now. His arms, his throw speed, or like his release, whatever you want to call it, I called it throw speed, is very, very good. Like he can like almost like a Major League Baseball pitcher, like just let it go, like it just cranks out of there. To me, Josh Allen, I just realized what I did here, guys. On the spot, changed it on the spot, guys. But to me, Josh Allen is more he was more of a wind up type of throw, like a throw type of kind of had to get his arm into motion to throw it, but it still wasn't horrible. It just is different than Will Levis. Will Levis is elite. His was just good. And then I would say that Will Levis runs a lot faster, but like I said, he runs a lot faster to the person that's trying to tackle him. I think that Josh Allen, I think he runs a little slower, but he's more decisive, and he makes more out of his runs. So I gave him a little bit more on his elusiveness, and I should have maybe even gave Will Levis a little elusiveness, because he's not very elusive at this point. He hasn't shown it to me in the NFL. Pocket awareness, I gave pocket awareness a lot more to Josh Allen, because like to me he almost felt like a big being. There's people falling around him, and I think his pockets were a little better his rookie year than Will Levis. I think there's a slightly better offensive line for Josh Allen his rookie year. I think the offensive line that Will Levis is working with is terrible at best, and I think that Josh Allen is a lot better at throwing on the run. I tried to find, there was a couple of times that Will Levis threw kind of on the run, I would say, but a lot of his throws are he gets set up. Even if he does like a short hitch, even if it's like a couple steps and then he throws or whatever, it's quick out or whatever, he's not real that I've seen so far. He's not really a big throw on the run in the NFL type of guy yet. I saw a lot of like stuff that Josh Allen was having to break the pocket, run around, and then he was throwing on the run. So, like for the rookie, and this is like I said, this is for Josh Allen's rookie year. I'm only was comparison this 2 rookie years that I thought Josh Allen did a lot better on throwing on the run. But either or, both guys are a little different. And they're both playing in a little bit different situations, but they're both. I see, we already know what Josh Allen is now, and I think that Will Levis can be pretty close to him if he, cleans some things up. Overall, I just want to, next I just want to take a look at a couple video clips so I kind of show you what I'm talking about. I don't want to do too many of them, just a little bit, all right? All right, so the first play to look at is just going to be his arm strength, okay?
On second down, he looks to the near sideline.
Breaks containment, breaks the pocket.
And he's going long.
Rifles it.
He wobbles one.
I don't know what that is. 60 yards, maybe? 65 yards? And so, you can just see it. He has a cannon, right there. So the next one is, it's kind of like the wind, like the hurricane, the helicopter Will Levis play, and I think that Josh Allen learned or was coached up later on in the year to not be making these kind of chances with his body type of plays. So this is one where he kind of hurdles, chances his body type thing, kind of similar to what Will Levis did. And I'll show you another where he just tries to learn how to move around people.
Bar coming up the middle, free safety, gotta get it go.
Allen steps up, jumps over the defenders to pick up the first.
So he just kind of jumped and chanced it, that's just great athletic ability, but you don't want your quarterback chancing getting hurt there. I know this next one's going to hurt because it's against those Tennessee Titans, but, this is the example I'm trying to show that he learns later in the year how to evade a little bit more, and I think he's even better at that now, but it's not something I see Will Levis do, so I just wanted to show this, and he does it pretty much throughout the rest of his rookie year. He just learns more and more how to elude people.
DP's their defensive coordinator looking on. Here comes Allen. We know he can run with it. Breaking a tackle. Allen loads his end zone.
He did dive there at the end. But he's eluding people, and that's what I see just Will Levis just trying to run through everybody. He's a big dude, but there's bigger dudes. There's bigger guys in the NFL than even Will Levis, and he's got to learn to. And Josh Allen's figured that out, that he has to elude some guys sometimes. Sometimes you got to pop them, but sometimes you got to try to run around them too. So, and this last one is something I thought set him apart. That his elusiveness and his ability to throw on the run, I thought set him apart from Will Levis. I thought Will Levis's ability to be a little bit better of a pocket thrower and a little bit better of they're both great downfield throwers, don't get me wrong. I think when I watched, of course this is the highlight video, so whenever I'm watching the highlights you're getting the best of the best, but whenever I was watching Josh Allen's highlight videos, a lot of his big ones that were down weren't really contested catches that were made. They were wide open or fairly open catches. I think Will Levis pinpoints stuff a little bit better as of right now. That could change at any time, but it seems like that of right now. But this is one of the things I think that Josh Allen does better than Will Levis is throwing on the run. This is an example of that.
2nd and 17. Allen gets away from Hunter, trying to anyway. Finds Ivory. No one's there.
So you see that. The rest of it was just the running back run down if you don't get tackled. But, that's pretty much what he does. He just was able to run over there and still throw one across his body, running a kind of away from his throw. And, right there in the breadbasket, man. Not saying Will Levis can't do it. I just haven't seen it yet. So, that's just some stuff. There's great things that Will Levis done. We've seen him so far put things right on the spot, things like that. And I'm not trying to say one's better than the other. They're two totally different players in two totally different situations. But I think that the reason why I'm making the comparison, obviously because they're very similar in stature, so they were compared very heavily whenever they were coming out. But I think as their playing continues, there is quite a few similarities. I think that if you were to like take a a Josh Allen and pepper in the good parts of like a Baker Mayfield, like, you know, there's quite a bit of bad Baker Mayfield, but the good parts, amped them up to 1,000,000, and just, well, you know, Baker Mayfield is a little amped sometimes, but like and then had him like, you know, just excited, you know, that'd be Will Levis, you know. So overall, that's what I wanted to make that comparison. So I guess the next thing that we'll get to is who owns the rights to the Oilers' history. Should it be the people in Houston, or should it be the Tennessee Titans? All right, so lastly, we've come to this age-old or 20-something-year-old debate of who should own the rights to the Oilers' name. Should it be the Titans, who were the Oilers, left Houston, came to Nashville, changed their name to the Titans, and then, you know, were given the rights by the commissioner, Paul Tagliabue, at the time, to they retired the name the Oilers and then gave it, you know, Bud Adams, who was the owner of the team at the time, who started the Oilers in the AFL back in the 1960s and decided to move the team to Nashville. Should it be Tennessee's, or should it be the people in Houston's? Well, for me, it's hard to decide. I did a lot of research on it, and I was going to do this video in a different way, but it just seemed like it was a really, really messy divorce. Like, I was a child when the Titans or the Oilers moved to Tennessee, nor did I keep up with why the Oilers left Houston and how much, you know, the fans who were Houston Oilers fans would have hated the fact that they were leaving, or how much they did or didn't support the team when they were leaving, or the city of Houston did or didn't support a new stadium, which isn't the fans' fault at all. But, you know, it seemed like a kind of messy divorce, which was probably had a lot to do with maybe being pushed by Bud Adams. So today I spent some time and I did some more research on it, and it seemed like it was a lot in both directions. It seemed like Bud Adams really wanted things his way. He wanted a new stadium, and there was a lot of times that he wanted it to be that way, or he was going to move the team. That he made a couple threats, it seemed like, to move them to Jacksonville at one time, or I think even like maybe the Carolinas or the Virginias or something like that, and then finally settled on moving them to Nashville. Like, I don't know all the exact timeline and the ins and outs of everything, but it seemed like the people of Houston were the people and the fans. Let me say it that way. The fans, not necessarily the people of Houston, but the fans of the Houston Oilers really did suffer in that breakup. But I think if I was a Houston fan, that would give me even more reason to support the Houston Texans. Start anew. You know, embrace the new Texans. Don't establish yourself with the O. Break away from it. You know, I'm sure it's a lot easier said than done. But when I was doing research, I looked up that there was 25 professional teams who had ever moved. 5 of those professional teams who have ever moved were NFL teams. Of those, I have to use my cheat sheet. Of those 5 teams, those were the Arizona Cardinals, who moved from Chicago to Arizona, and then Chicago got the Bears. So of course, this is a lot of years later, but I don't hear a lot of Chicago people, I don't know what they're called, people in Chicago saying, how Arizona Cardinals should be their team. The Indianapolis Colts used to reside in Baltimore, but the Baltimore Ravens people do not no longer want the Indianapolis Colts. Now, there may be a few fans out there here and there, but overall, most Baltimore people celebrate the Baltimore Ravens. The Las Vegas Raiders, who moved from both Oakland and LA, they probably just want a team back. They could be anybody, The LA Rams, who were in LA before and in St. Louis, they originally were in Cleveland. And then you have the franchises that we're talking about. But some of the ones that have gotten new teams, I don't never hear anybody ever saying, like Baltimore, like I was saying before, or Chicago. Well, I think we should still own the rights to those other teams' throwbacks. You just gotta let it go. Let it get away. You got a new team. And the thing is, you got a new team like, I think Tennessee moved away in 97. And was it Robert McNair? Is that right? Is he the owner I think that's the owner of the Texans. It's like 2 or 3 years later, you got a new expansion team. And then within the time that you've had the expansion team, they've had success. So it's not like you were in the dumps the whole time. Like, of course, it's been up and down with everybody. Like, Indianapolis is good at times. We've been good at times. Houston's been good at times. Jacksonville's only been good 2 or 3 years, but they seem to bark the loudest whenever they get good. But either or, I just say, just let it go. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I just let Tennessee have it, because in all realness, Tennessee should own it, because it is that team. That teams, just like Indianapolis Colts, part of their history was being in Baltimore. Part of the Tennessee Titans' history was being the Houston Oilers. That's just the way that it works. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Titans fan. I'm just saying that because, that's just the way it is. Have a divorce. Sometimes you lose the house. But it's going to be all right. Because we're going to win 24-17 this week. Well, either way, I just wanted to say my 2 piece on it. And thank you guys. If you like what I'm doing here, like, share, sub, all that other YouTube stuff. And check me out for the reaction after the game's over. Thanks. Peace.